Hello you guys, welcome back to the Peace, Love, and Happiness Club YouTube channel. It's Nathan here to talk to you a little bit more about the humidity in your space. Whether you like it or not, winter is coming, and with that, a lot of us are flipping on those heaters in our home and trying to bundle up. With turning those heaters on, we are going to start dropping the humidity in our space, which a lot of our plants are not going to particularly appreciate. So I wanted to go over a couple different ways you can keep the humidity up in your space and some general indicators that your plant might need a little extra boost in humidity. So a lot of the plants that we keep in our homes want humidity in the ranges of like 40 to 60%, but the average house is usually at about 30%. So finding ways to boost that humidity is going to be really, really beneficial for your plants. The first way, and probably the easiest way to boost and maintain a slightly higher humidity in your space, is going to be using a humidifier. That's the main way that we boost the humidity here in our collector plant store. Throughout our store, we have 23 humidifiers running at all hours of the day. Of course, in your home, you probably don't need that many. You can pick up anything from a tiny little essential oil diffuser to a more like standard household humidifier. They're typically in the ranges of like 20 to 60 bucks. You can get ones that are a little bit more pleasing to the eye, or you can just grab the basics. Really anything will do. Common question we get here at our store is what humidifiers we use. Honestly, it's nothing fancy. We just order them off of Amazon. Over the years, we've kind of narrowed it down to like 2 or 3 that we really prefer and that really have stood the test of time. So we'll link those down below. You can check those out. If you are opting to use a humidifier, let me tell you from personal experience, you're gonna wanna use either a humidistat or a humidifier with a built-in humidistat. If you are boosting the humidity too high in your space, although your plants might love it, your health is definitely going to suffer. If the humidity is reaching above 60% in your home, you're almost certainly gonna start growing mold. So keep that humidity below 60% in your home to keep yourself happy and healthy and keep your plants happy as well. If you start noticing mold growing, I definitely recommend stopping the use of your humidifier immediately. Get that humidity back down to a more normal level and definitely clean that mold ASAP. Now, if you're maybe a little bit more on a budget or you just don't want to have a humidifier in your space, lucky for you, there's a couple other options that are really, really great for keeping the humidity around your plants a little bit higher. The first option that I would recommend doing, this is what I did last winter and had great success with, picking up a little grow tent on Amazon, or if you're feeling a little bit fancy and have some more room in the budget, you could even pick up something like an IKEA cabinet. That's gonna naturally keep the humidity a little bit higher in there, and you can even add a humidifier into whatever enclosed space you decide on. If you're using an enclosed space, you can also bump that humidity up to almost around the 90% range. If you do that, I definitely recommend putting a fan in whatever enclosed space you have going on. If you have hot, humid, stagnant air, you're once again gonna run the risk of growing mold. If that mold is growing in your enclosure, it's also gonna start growing on your plants, and it can seriously harm the health of your plants. Another way that you can keep the humidity up around your plants is by simply just grouping them together. Now, this is an easy thing for a lot of us that have so many plants in our collection, but just keeping your plants closer together will help keep the humidity around them naturally a little bit higher. You can also have some fun with this by styling plants a little bit more thoughtfully together to create some really unique arrangements. Maybe you're a plant collector that's got a few less plants in your collection and grouping them together isn't necessarily the most realistic option for you. If that is the case, you can totally just use a little pebble tray like this. All this is a little saucer with some stones in it, and then you'd want to fill this saucer with water right below the top of the rocks. Simply place your plant on top of the stones, and that will help keep the humidity around your plant a little bit higher. I don't know if I already talked about this, so I'm gonna go over it again. Some general signs that your plant is asking for a little bit more humidity are going to be brown spots on the leaves or browning or yellowing around the edges. You might also notice some smaller, slower growth on your plant. You may experience the symptoms of lower humidity yourself. I know for me personally, once I turn the heaters on in my house, I start to feel my skin dry out a little bit. Your nasal passages are maybe a little bit more irritated. Or if you work in a collector plant store, you can just feel it. There's sometimes days where I walk in and I just know the humidity is too low. Another great way to monitor the humidity in your space is going to be using a humidistat. You can pick one up at just about any garden center. We sell them here at our collector plant store as well as on our website. You can even invest in ones that hook up to your phone through Bluetooth, and they'll let you know when the humidity is too high, too low, and they'll give you like the average humidity of your space, which can be a really great way of monitoring the humidity in your home. Winter can definitely be a little bit of a scary time. Plants start slowing down a little bit and we've got to stay on top of their care. Remember, if you ever have any questions about your plant, you can reach out to us via email or Instagram DM. We're always happy to help. We're here to support any and all plant collectors. But remember, if those heaters are on, your humidifier better be on too. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.